Hello guys, my name is Soner. I recently got the Ronin RS2, and when I got the RS2 I had a couple of issues with it. I mean, the gimbal was totally fine, but I was having issues with the Raveneye unit. First issue that I got was the Wi-Fi. I had a little bit difficulties to connect the Wi-Fi, but that wasn't the biggest problem. But the problem was when I finally fixed the Wi-Fi, I couldn't get any image to my phone from my camera. First I thought that I had the lens cap on because the application was working, so I was thinking where's the problem, so I tried to find the issue. So I checked the camera and the lens, everything seemed fine. Then I started to think if I have a faulty unit or something, so I started to check on internet what is the issue, and I couldn't find anything, to be honest. Then I checked the instruction manual. I usually don't check those, to be honest. I just, you know, like, I mean, everything works fine usually, but I couldn't find anything there as well. So I was thinking like, what is the problem? Then I was actually checking, when I was checking the forums and like some problems people had, they were mentioning about the, you know, cable sizes and like which cable goes where. Then I was like, okay, maybe I put the cables wrong. There wasn't any issues, to be honest, with the cables, but still I didn't put these cables yet. So today I'm going to show you that issue. It's possible if you're a Canon or Sony user, you might have the similar issue with this, but I had it with the GH5 and I fixed it. I'm not sure if this is a user error. So if you think there's a better way to fix this, please tell me, because I would like to know. So you can drop a comment down below if you have any idea how to fix this a better way, let's say. So first thing first, let's put the cables, so then you will know which cable goes where. You might think there is the problem in your case. So this is the HDMI cable. This is pretty, like, you cannot put this wrong. So from the Raveneye it goes to the, of course, your camera. When you get your RS2, you're getting all possible HDMI cables, micro HDMI, full-size HDMI in my case, so most probably you have the correct HDMI cable for your camera. Then we're gonna need this 20mm cable, which is angled. So this goes to, I put the angled part to the Raveneye. Then on the RS2, it goes to the bottom. So there's 3 USB connections. It goes to the bottom from the Raveneye, and we're gonna need also 30mm USB-C to USB-C cable in my case, because my camera has USB-C input. So we put that to the camera and then we take it to the RS2, and that goes to the top. So middle stays empty. Camera to the top USB and Raveneye to the bottom. So this is the correct cable management for your RS2 and the Raveneye. So after we've done that, we can go ahead and power up everything. So camera and the RS2. So right now the camera and the gimbal is powered up. As you can see, I can control the camera already. And let's turn the camera so you can see the camera is working. When you turn your gimbal on, Raveneye will start charging, so there will be white dots blinking that it's showing that it's charging at the same time. That doesn't mean that it's on, so you have to manually turn it on. There's only one button on it, so it's pretty simple. You just press and hold it. So when you turn your Raveneye unit, there is another LED. When you power the Raveneye unit, it turns red. After that, we're done with this gimbal and the Raveneye. Rest we have to fix on the phone. One thing before we continue, as you can see right now, there is no image on the GH5 screen and the camera is not closed. This is just an issue with the GH5. When it's connected to the gimbal, the LCD screen turns off. So don't think that the camera is off. That's why I am having this issue. I don't know what's the issue causing this, but when you connect to a gimbal or something, you might have this similar issue with the GH5. But I can guarantee you that the camera is on. To prove that, let's turn our Raveneye off. When we turn it off, as you can see, the LCD screen again starts to show. So let's turn back the Raveneye on. Right now, as you can see, there is image on the screen, and when I turn the Raveneye on, the screen goes black again. But this is not the main issue. Before we continue, actually guys, please crush the like button. You might think that it's not helping anything, but it helps the channel a lot. If you liked what you have seen so far, please crush the like button. I would really appreciate that. Now you have to go to Wi-Fi settings on your phone and find the Raveneye over there and connect to the Raveneye from there first. It might ask the password. You can find the password on the Raveneye unit. After that, we're gonna open the DJI Ronin application and we will select connect to Raveneye. Searching Wi-Fi. We already connected the Raveneye from the settings, so now this LED, which was red on the Raveneye, turned to blue. So this is what I had really big trouble, because this LED had to turn green and this was stuck on the blue. And as you can see from the screen, I was able to see my settings and my ISO. At this part, I started to search on the internet and try to figure out how to fix it, because if I change my settings on the camera, as you can see, we can change the ISO settings, play with the other dials as well. We are able to change stuff with the camera, but there was no image. So at this point I started to search on internet, what is the problem? I mean, why I don't have any image on the phone, why I'm not able to see anything. I tried to, click all the buttons on the Raveneye, but nothing seemed to work. The solution was super easy. Maybe you're gonna laugh me. You can drop also a comment down below if you want to tease me, totally fine, but the solution was super easy. I don't know if you're using GH5, but on the GH5 there's custom settings on the dial. Basically, I always use my GH5 with those custom settings. You can check also, if you're a GH5 user, you can find my settings in this video. So basically, I don't use any other settings. I just use my custom settings because I know what are those settings. I set them by myself in different scenarios. For example, in C1, it's called C1, those custom setting buttons, C1, C2 and C3. On the C1, I have 24 frames per second, 4K, 10-bit, blah, blah, blah. In the C2, I have 4K, 60 frames per second. C3, I have 1080, 120 frames per second settings. I know all those settings which is set there because I did them by myself. That's why I use them all the time. But then somehow I was thinking I will check the photo mode if I'm seeing any picture. Then I started to, switch my dials. I accidentally went to manual video mode on the GH5, and voila, I suddenly had footage on the Raveneye and the LED which is on the Raveneye turned green, so everything was working. So let's turn dial to the manual mode. And voila. Now we have image on the Raveneye. So this was the problem that I have faced with the GH5. But this is super easy, as you can see, to fix. You just have to be in the manual mode on your GH5, and most probably if you're facing this similar issue with your Sony or Canon cameras, most probably the reason is also you're in some custom settings on your camera. So if you know any way to fix this issue other than shooting in manual mode, I would like to really hear it. Drop a comment down below, because right now I'm basically not able to use my custom settings on the GH5. I have to set everything manually, and that's kind of annoying because you have to kind of remember what you have changed. But custom settings are always better in my case, because I know I can just switch it back to custom settings and it will go back to settings that I have set. Then I will have a starting point. But now it's really difficult to, it's not difficult, of course, it's like fine to use it this way, but I would rather use it in the custom settings. So if you know anyhow to fix this other way than this, please let me know in the comment down below. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and drop a comment down below if you're having the same issue and if you were able to fix it this way. I would like to really hear it from you. And as I was saying, if you know anyhow to fix this other way around, please also let me know. I would like to really hear it, and most probably other people would like to see that as well. That's it for today, guys. Crush the like button if you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.